Welcome to the off-season edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report, although these days there is no off-season, is there, Coach Scary? Let's jump right in. A lot of new Tigers coming in for the 26-27 season. Let's start with the transfers that you have brought in. Zion Stanford. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, look, we're excited about all our guys that are coming in, and you work harder, I think, in the off-season sometimes than you do in season. What I would say with our staff, Spiro, and I think this is it's kind of as you're constructing a roster. Before the portal opened, we had really since the middle of January aggressively started looking into both junior college and Division II players, thinking that we could find a couple of diamonds before the portal in the chaos that ensues. And we found Christian Dorr from John Logan, 6'3" point guard who was at Morehead State. That I think he's going to be able to pressure the ball, push the ball, and pass the ball. And then a really intriguing forward, Alex Atkinson, a 6'10" guy who's was a CIAA Defensive Player of the Year and first-team All-CIAA at Claflin, which was interesting because he only played 22 minutes a game, but he put up really big numbers. So we got those guys before the portal, and then the portal opened, and we were really intentional in trying to find some guys from the highest level of basketball that we felt could come in and make a big impact for us. So Zion was a key guy for us. We tried to recruit him out of high school.
Played at Temple and Villanova.
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing for Kevin Willard at Villanova in the Big East is one thing. And then he had an unbelievable year at Temple the year before. We averaged like 14 and 5. So he's really a 6'5", 6'6" guard that can play anywhere on the floor. And then we added Dennis Balladou from Rutgers, who obviously we had scrimmaged against them. He's a 6'8" wing that I'm really excited about. My closest friend in coaching is at Rutgers, Jay Young, who recruited him and just raved about not just his talent, but that his work ethic and type of teammate that he is. And we've just had really good success with guys like that. And then we added a guy, Ben Roseborough, who played in the Mountain West at San Jose State. He got hurt, but he averaged about 12 a game and really scores the ball. He's a big 6'3" physical guard. And that was through a contact. Coach Oslander did a good job, but the people that had helped us with more sec had turned us on to Ben. And we brought him in. And this day and age, it's a little different. Sometimes you bring guys in and you work them out. You do a battery of physicals and everything else, and it worked out. So kudos to I'd be remiss without thanking my staff, the job they did, and then Pat O'Connell, who handles a lot of roster management and contracts these days, along with our great AD, Steve Eigenbrot, and our Office of General Counsel, led by Stephanie Shea. These people have been tremendous in helping us really reconstruct the roster. This is different times, and it gets a chuckle because you're not really used to hearing those things. No. But this is what it takes to play competitive basketball at this level. And really, it's what it's taken the last couple of years, and it's not going to change. But I'm really appreciative of all the work that's went into it.
So basically, when you look at the transfers that you've brought in, you're reconstructing the whole team. You do have a couple of guys coming back. Freshman Jaquan Womack will be a sophomore, along with Caleb and Bea and Chike and Defo. So those are the main guys coming back, along with Ryan Scary. But you had two redshirt freshmen, and you've got more freshmen coming in. So it's going to be a mix.
It's a potpourri. We've got 6 guys back, 4 high school guys, and 5 transfers to make up our roster. Obviously, the guys that have been here working out for the last 7 weeks have taken major steps. Caleb is 100% healthy, back on the court the last 2 weeks, full-scale workout, so that's been exciting.
Bill got hurt in the CAA tournament.
Yeah, so we were worried about that, but him and our performance staff have done a great job with him, and yeah, the other guys that look great. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with Brandon Holmes and John Barton, and I know we're excited about them. And yeah, Womack is the only freshman in the league that averaged more than I think 7 and 4 that returns. So, he's ready to take a big step for us. We just weighed him. We finished out workouts last Tuesday, and he came in at 236 with 5.6% body fat. He looks great. He looks like a raven.
Well, what about the incoming freshman?
Yeah, we've got guys we signed early. A couple Philly guys, Manny Saheed and Stephon Ashley Wright, 2 guards out of Philly.
Munchie,
that's right.
I
That is
like
his
that.
nickname. And then 2 wings, a kid from Boston, Jalen Crawford Williams, and Devin Kirk out of
Will he get
out of
deferential
Texas.
treatment,
'Cause he's from
preferential
Boston.
treatment because he's from Boston?
Well, if he's as good as the last guy we had from Boston, he certainly will, right?
Mr. Timberlake.
But yeah, those guys are coming in, freshmen, guys we're excited about. I think there's always a learning curve with freshmen. They know how to work. They got to change their body. They got to pick up terminology, and they got to gain some experience. But our track record of getting high school guys and them getting better is something that we really believe in and invest in.
The next part of the equation is, and I know this has gotten much more difficult also, is scheduling. How are you there, and do you have a lot to fill?
We do. I think Pat O'Connell's done a really good job in this area. You got to get 14 games. About 10 days.
Yeah, everything's up 1 game this year, correct?
About 10 days ago, I think we had 3, and we are at about 8, barring a contract today. So we're making headway, and I'm hoping by the end of the week we're hitting 10. So we are getting there.
Now, in years past, you probably had the schedule done by now, correct?
We did. A lot of people these days, though, won't schedule games till roster is settled. So it makes a lot of sense. I do think there's a good chance we'll have the most non-conference home games we've ever had. We're very hopeful that we're going to get to at least 7, if not 8 or more.
Wow. Good news for Tiger fans. All right. The coach and I will be back probably in a couple of months to talk about how all the newcomers are doing here at Towson. So for the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry, I'm Spiro Marikas. Thanks for tuning in to the off-season edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report.